So now it is audible, and can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I connected through my phone for a volume, and I connected in the desktop. Yeah?
Can you share full screen, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm sharing the full screen only, ma'am.
Okay.
How it is visible?
No. Okay, ma'am. Again, it is showing.
Is this showing the full screen now? Can you see, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So from which slide I have to take? From this one?
Next slide.
This one.
Yes, ma'am. From here.
Yeah, okay, fine. So let us proceed with this. So the role of artificial intelligence in the metaverse. So how the AI could create a real life effect along with the intuitive interfaces and the natural language interactions. You can see the digital humans in the metaverse world because we need upper layer artificial intelligence. In deep, we will be going with our machine learning and deep learning technology. With that only we can grow and we can use the metaverse features with the help of my AI concept. Okay. So what is the future of AI in metaverse? So it can create realistic avatars and it can promote new digital products and services. Especially, it elaborates the remote working and collaboration along with the AI features. Now you can see how it is working in the virtual reality because when I talk about metaverse, it is a combination of my AI, AR, and VR concept. So let us see what is VR first. It is actually the artificial creation. Actually, you can call it as a simulated product. So, which is based on the motion tracking technology, so that the user can see the seamless blend along with my real and as well as the augmented. That is my virtual reality feature along with my real life augmented feature. And with the help of a single photograph, with the help of AI, I can produce a 3D scenes with the help of this metaverse. So here you can see the metaverse technology. Exactly what is meant by metaverse means nothing but my combination and integration of my AR and VR technology, augmented reality along with my virtual reality in order to produce a multimodal interaction with the digital and virtual settings along with the people. That is the main point which I insisted before itself. People are a part in this technology along with my simulated and augmented features. Without people, without that realistic effect, I cannot communicate in the metaverse. So the metaverse, nothing but the network web of immersive and social multi-user platform, which helps you to go with the realistic effect. So these are all the companies. Wipro is the leading Indian company who is investing a lot for this metaverse. So like a cloud service, they are providing metaverse as a service platform and you can utilize the service over there. Especially the people in India as well as in global wide, they are using it now for gaming purpose. Apart from that gaming, we can use it for so many other features where the human can't go and interact. Like a virtual stadia is created by Wipro, which is a 3D sport environment in which you can share the digital space along with your friends and you can watch the sports over there. Along with that, I can go for several interactive platform creation like social network features, etc., which can be possible with my metaverse. So, who invented actually this technology means it's a piece of idea which is given in the science fiction novel called Snow Crash in 1992 by Neil Stephenson. He only actually integrated the programmable avatars with the software agents and the three-dimensional virtual space, what we have in the metaphor called in the real world system. He only created that fiction novel. In that, he created this metaverse features, and that is what happening right now today in our science. So, which Indian is investing more in metaverse means the Indian companies like your Mahindra and Mahindra, Tanishq and Make My Trip is investing a lot of money in this metaverse technology in order to go for a digital future, in order to promote their products, etc. So this is the market trend, scope and future of metaverse. In 2023, you can see the $1 billion measure, whereas the CAGR, that is compound annual growth rate, in 2028 is around 119.2 billion, which is gradually an improvement of 39.3%. Here you can see the core technologies involved in your metaverse. Nothing but, as I told before, your virtual reality gels with your augmented reality. Then comes the metaverse features. So, what is augmented reality? As we all know, the real world scenarios or the real world images and objects integrates with my artificial digital objects. It can add real world things along with my simulated things. That is what called in virtual reality. So, in virtual reality, all my simulated features and sensory devices got connected with my AR in order to produce a mixed reality, nothing but my MR. Here I am combining all the features of AR and VR. When I combine all these features together, I can call it as an extended reality under one core. That is called my AR, VR, MR combination. So here I can get the combined feature of computer generated virtual elements under a real life environment. So the role of artificial is here nothing but how to create more realistic, more effective communication as well as signal processing as well as the uh, image formation, etc., etc., your speech recognition, your visual processing, so as to seamlessly blend with my real life environment. So nobody will be identifying whether it is gelling with the real life features or with the artificial content. Key principles in the metaverse, you can see the decentralization and interconnection and interoperable features and safe and trustworthy. So in all the area, we have these trustworthy features. So here you can see that you have to ensure your cybersecurity and crypto-based features in your metaverse because nothing comes in this era with complete security. All the technology, whatever technology comes in emergent, whatever be the security measure we follow, there is a lack in all sort of safety measures what we give. So we have to ensure the security and safety. Then only we can use this metaverse in a very efficient manner. So you can see the metaverse market size from 21 to 30. That is 2021 to 2030. You can see the gradual rise in 2025 itself. And then it goes, in 2030, it goes around 3 times larger than what we are doing in 2025. So this is the metaverse market size. That compound annual growth rate you can see here in India. In world market, it is around 39.3, whereas in India, it's going to be 50.3% rise in this market, metaverse market. So 4 types of metaverse are there. That is, as I told, initially the metaverse features were used only in gaming technology. So first game-based metaverse, then for your social communication, whatever it is, that is your social-based metaverse, where you can communicate with your friend like he is standing next to you. And commerce-based metaverse, which is meant for business purpose, like your cryptocurrency, you can create NFTs in your tokens. There is NFTs tokens in your metaverse, which can be exchanged like currency, but it is not equivalent to your cryptocurrency. Just keep that in mind. Metaverse currencies are not exactly equivalent to the cryptocurrency, where it cannot be exchanged or shared. But it can be used in my metaverse world for transactions. And education based metaverse, so the students and the teachers will feel like they are sitting under one room. The board will be there, the presentation will be there, but they won't feel a difference of being not there physically. Is it audible, ma'am? I'm just ensuring.
Yes, ma'am, it is
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, fine. Okay, fine. So what is a popular metaverse platform? So far, we are talking about the metaverse, the AR, VR, and XR features, integration, and everything. Now you can understand. When I talk about Roblox, you can understand which is the biggest metaverse platform where the gaming features are introduced, where the players or the gamers feel like they are playing in a real life scenario with that of the glass what they wear. And apart from that, we have virtual items and virtual currencies in this metaverse. You can sell even the virtual clothing pieces are there. You can fit your clothes. You can choose your cloth and accessories using your avatar animation, and you can sell the product virtually. So the biggest metaverse company, even though the Meta or the initiator of this metaverse, they are standing behind in the second place. The Microsoft is taking the lead, which is the biggest head lead right now. Microsoft, then your Meta. You can see all the other companies like Google, Facebook, The third one is Decentraland, which is not decentralized. Don't confuse with that term. It is Decentraland, which is a famous app meant for real estate business. And Nvidia, as we all know, which is a famous metaverse company meant for gaming and metaverse as a service, and Shopify and Unity Technologies. So these are all the biggest metaverse companies in 2023 right now. So the major organization, again the same, the Epic Gaming World, the Meta, the Facebook people, and the Roblox, which is meant for your gaming purpose, along with your Microsoft and Amazon. JP Morgan is the first leading bank to launch the Metaverse. So these are all the 10 Metaverse apps you can see. Upland Metaverse, which is the best platform for virtual property investment. And Roblox, as I told you before, it is a gameplay and social interaction environment. And your sandbox metaverse, creating and sharing unique content through which you can develop your own companies and everything. Decentraland Metaverse, real estate platform, which is a virtual real estate platform. And Horizon Worlds, which is an accessible platform or user-friendly platform where you can deploy your business. And Fortnite, dynamic entertainment platform, that one many of you used, I think. And Illuvium, collecting and battling the creatures, especially meant for the gaming purpose. And Somnium Space. Apart from this, you have your Nike and Adidas, which I need not to explain. I think I have given one example for Nike. You can see the virtual space where you can check your accessories over the metaverse platform itself. So, who uses the metaverse today? As per the census, what they have collected, 400 million people are the users of metaverse now, and 80% of metaverse users are younger than 16. So that is a target audience whom they are fixing, and that target audience are more in India, especially in India. So the future of metaverse plays a vital role in our Indian market today. So what is the use of metaverse in future? It is nothing but the extended reality. So many people are communicating, living, even shopping with metaverse, even getting married using virtual capabilities of the metaverse. You might have heard about this Janak Nandini and Dinesh marriage in February 2023, which is the first metaverse wedding happened in India, especially in Asia, which is the first kind of thing. It happened in South India. It became a big news in February 2023. So it is happening. But whether it is legally accepted or not, it is under $1 million question by the Indian government. But it is happening in India also, especially in South India, it happened. So in the coming decade, we can expect higher education, your job training, and whatever it is may be happening under your virtual 3D setting. You can have along with your boardrooms and workplace for meetings. So everything's going to happen with the help of metaverse in future, along with your artificial intelligence technology. Whenever I talk about AI or metaverse or XR, VR, AR, it is actually developed and constructed using your deep learning and machine learning. So don't forget about that. Your AI gets the intelligence based on your machine learning and deep learning technology only, along with your NLP, natural language processing. So all these are core technologies which promotes my AI. My AI promotes actually the metaverse. Metaverse again is a combination of your AR and VR. So what is the role of AI? So far I explained the role of AI in metaverse is nothing but the enhancement of immersive experience into the virtual world. So everything's going to be happening in virtual. You are going to survey in a virtual world. So how I'm going to communicate and interconnect myself with this virtual world is going to be a main task. So difference. So far we have seen the integration of AR, MR, VR and XR. Now you can find the difference. What is happening in my AR, mixed reality, MR and virtual reality along with my extended reality. So the entire experience spectrum from fully virtual to fully real. That is my extended reality. Virtual reality, everything is simulated, which is completely in a virtual world. Nothing is real in my virtual world. And mixed reality, where I can combine all my 2D, 3D content into a physical space. And augmented reality, as you all know, I have to give a real life scenario to my augmented reality so that I can develop along with my generated images. So this is the difference, what you can see. So now we will go on to the core concept of how AI is going to be useful in my communication signal processing along with my metaverse. Okay. So this is how my 5G multi-level task happens. a general architecture in your 5G technology, how it goes beyond the metaverse service and application in which my AI ML along with my deep learning models that is used in this particular thing, how my machine learning algorithm and deep learning architecture goes and communicates with the user level as well as the base level task, that is my base station, and along with the network level task, routing, handing over something to the network people through a centralized control plane. It is will be stored there in my central server. So whenever I want, I can get it back and retrieve it based on the algorithm which I use and develop with the DL architecture. You can see this neural signals. I have taken one example of neural signal and neural simulation over here. You can see this is how whatever signal you give, it is getting processed. So since it is a metaverse, I'm going based on my artificial intelligence features, I'm going for the brain signals first rather than going for the digital signals. Since you people are maximum from the ECE, you will be thinking about digital signals and electronic signals that we will see in later this PPT. Now you consider how the brain signals are activated and given as an input, how it is stimulated and how it is going on. Okay, you can see the raw data. Brain signals are collected through my data acquisition and stimulation. It is considered as my raw data, which is went for data pre-processing. After that, it is considered as a fine data. After fine data, it is going for the pattern recognition. Coming under which pattern, whether signal pattern or voice pattern or image pattern, whatever it is. It is going to be a digital data, voice data, or image data, or a video data, whatever it is. I'm going for the pattern recognition. After that, I'm going for my acquisition action, where the actual application and service comes into use. So once I develop that as a model, I'll be giving for the feedback. And finally, again going for a neural activity generation, because finally the output is going to be given to the humans only, how it is going to be processed. So everything going to be written back there. So indirectly, the reverse term is nothing but the stimulated action, the stimulation model, along with the firing pattern, and the stimulation output goes to the person who is generating that brain signal. So I'm getting the signal from him and I'm giving back the response. So here comes the general processing flow of your AI to deliver the contextual and personal experience to the user. Here stands the robot, and this side the humans are there. They are asking for a virtual meeting. So it's taking the automated speech recognition along with my NLU. That is nothing but natural language processing. So it is comprehending and listening the task from the real world. With the help of my machine learning and deep neural network, I'm going inside, I'm processing that content, that is dialogue management happens there. So I'll be taking those response, what I collected from the real world. So it will be going to the natural language generation, which is communicable to the machines. So they will be offering the response back to the question, whatever created by the real life scenario. This is how the metaverse technology goes. A real life with an artificial life. So AI aided service, what do you mean by AI aided service? Means the AI agents, which is actually working for this machine learning models, which are used as a black boxes with that capability and interoperability and explainability. I have to go for this AI aided service only, which helps for my metaverse creation and applications. I will be creating my machine learning models with that. So you can see a metaverse over 6G network here. So from 5G, how we are going to move to a 6G in the communication plane. So here you can see the integration of this communication, sensing, computing, and storage. All these four things plays a vital role here. How a base station, how the cell phones, how the car, autonomous vehicles, and the drones gets communicated, and how it is sent to normal people, smart people in a low attitudes. Okay. So signal recognition can be from anywhere. So here you can see how 5G to 6G happens. Then you can clearly understand this 6G scenario, metaverse over 6G technology. See here you can see how the 5G going back behind this technology and gives us a new technology with 6G concept. So my AI and cloud computing becomes my intelligent endogenous network in my 6G, and cloud becomes my computing power network over my 6G network along with my SAXIN. That is your exact signal. It is SAXIN is nothing but a combinational global collaboration of signals, as you all know. space, air, and ground sea integrated network. Saxon is nothing but your space, air, ground sea integrated network, which is nothing but a global collection of signals which will be focusing on your aerial network, terrestrial network, along with the satellite communication and marine network. That is why it is called as space, air, and ground sea integrated network, which will provide you a complete signal communication, a complete coverage of signal. With that, the 6G technology proceeds with the digital twin, which is happening in my metaverse. VR is the thing what is happening in 5G. The digital twin is the thing which is happening in my metaverse, which is going to be the 6G technology. So you might have understood the metaverse importance in your communication field. So the difference between your internet and metaverse, because keep on I'm talking about metaverse, which is also happening in my internet only. Then what is the difference between the internet usage and the usage of metaverse that I have explained and detailed here? The simple and crystal clear concept is many people, billions of computer servers and electronic devices are connected in your internet. And once you are online, your internet can communicate with each other. You can view the information and you can interact with your website. All the buying, selling, business, everything happens. Whereas metaverse does not compete with your internet. It is built on with the internet. Okay, so where you can browse in internet, you can browse things, but here in metaverse, the people are living actually in the internet itself. That is the difference. A browsing part alone is said to be the internet life, whereas the people are started living with the help of internet. That is your virtual and augmented reality world along with my AI feature. That is my metaverse. It makes me to live in the internet itself rather than browsing. So work on metaverse. So many works are happening. Since in this FDP, I just want to tell you how the signal processing happened, how the communication improvement happened. And for one example, I'm going for this data-driven intelligent transport system, which is a very good example, which is used in your autonomous vehicles, which you can see here, a data-driven intelligent transport system, where because the autonomous devices, I have to take care of all the security features. Here I can incorporate with my metaverse some sort of ability to use it easily along with the security features. So here you can see how the vehicle and the user and the infrastructure are correlated and communicated. You can see this diagram for betterment of understanding. The metaverse will use a vehicle fault detection and isolation system, which is actually a part of metaverse, which can be incorporated in all your autonomous vehicles so that the smarter dynamic cars can move without any problem. So as usual, the sensor, INS and GPS are there incorporated in the autonomous vehicles. So the sensor measurements are given and it estimates and it diagnoses the value using a fault management. And then it goes back and comes with the actuator. With the I can collect the fault and fault detection and I can isolate the system if suppose any problem happens. Here you can see the intelligent safety system, which is available long before. Now it is available along with the metaverse communication. And using that, I can easily track the vehicles. So this is the typical model, how I can track, how I can easily find out a lost object or whatever it is. So I'll be communicating in a telecommunication medium. I'll be handling with the signals along with the GPS receiver and GSM modem, which is fixed in my autonomous device. And that is coordinating with the satellite, which is watching my device, my car where it is moving. So all these things are the intelligent safety system which I can develop for my autonomous vehicles. So the limitation, when I talk about all these things, the limitation is in building a metaverse application, I need numerous sensors to be attached. So this sensor sense that environment and helps to produce a replica of real world in the metaverse. And as I told you in the initial PPDs itself, that security is a very, very important task. How I am going to incorporate my cyber security matters a lot in this metaverse. So these are all considered to be the limitations of my metaverse because it consumes many sensors and it sends the environment through those sensors. So the data protection is also more. And after collecting those data, I'm trying to replicate the real-time environment, real environment in my metaverse and along with the security features. So these can be the research topics which you can promote in your metaverse area. So elements, again, coming back before going to the signal. So far, we have seen how the metaverse is happening in the communication side. Now, especially for the signal processing, how it is going to happen. Before that, let me see the elements of metaverse. So it is happening in all the areas, almost all the areas: online shopping, the social media. It can create a digital human. Of course, NLP is a vast area where I can use my metaverse in order to produce a seamless speaking non-language. I mean, two different language people or two different environment can communicate. And of course, the digital currency is there, which is applicable only in this metaverse world, not for the commercial world. So let us see one by one the elements of metaverse. These are all the key elements, 8 different elements what we have in metaverse. I'll rush up in very short notes. So Web 3.0, which is a huge part of metaverse, which is the next version of the internet actually. Many of you might have experienced and developed apps using this Web 3.0. So centralized servers too, we are moving to a decentralized network with this help of concepts, and we develop lot of web-based applications using this, which is a key part in my metaverse also. Blockchain protocols, which is a very important technology which is followed in my machine learning as well as in my artificial intelligence. So my metaverse, as always, metaverse also goes behind this blockchain technology, which is a standard followed, and I can create a decentralized nature of network using this without any third parties intervention. So here I am using these blockchain standards in order to create my own elements with the ecosystem. And NFTs, as I told before, this is a non-fungible tokens, will become method of payment in the real world assets. It replaces the real world asset actually. As I told, NFT is a cryptographic asset only based on the blockchain technology, and it does not support exchange or trade like cryptocurrency. So we cannot go and give these NFTs in banks and all in order to go for a exchange or trade. Games, from the beginning, the metaverse is ruling the gaming industry. So many games are developed, and it became more popular with the help of games only. Metaverse, whenever you go and ask even a children, if you talk about metaverse, they will simply say games only. They doesn't know about what are all the other supports provided by the metaverse. Cryptocurrency tokens. So metaverse will have different currency compared to the real world, as I told. It replaces your flat paper based currency and gives you a digital token, just like a cryptocurrency. Augmented reality is also again one of the feature of my metaverse, element of metaverse. So again and again, keep on, we are talking about this augmented, nothing but a real life scenario that can be any sound or image or any signal which is given into the system, so that any additional features like VR with AI I can incorporate. So that becomes my metaverse. As I told, again, VR is also a part of metaverse. Here I can completely simulate a virtual world, a simulated environment, which is not at all real, but I can combine this with my AR, that is augmented reality, where I take a real life scenario. So I can combine this, and I can use this metaverse in education, games, entertainment, business, etc. So mixed reality, again, the same concept. There we saw just one line. Here I have given the full form of mixed reality, how it merges with your virtual reality features and how it works. So industries which are using the metaverse technology, all the finance, gaming, fashion, marketing, art galleries, entertainment, especially the entertainment and gaming area using this metaverse in huge amount. This technology is consumed there a lot. So the leading metaverse projects, these are all the top thing what we saw there also. The Decentraland, a real estate business, virtual real estate business, the sandbox technology, which is used for communication, and ANSI Infinity, Blocktopia, and Star Atlas. Those who uses these projects can understand what it creates, and it goes viral actually. All these 6 and 5 applications are very viral in internet. You can check it also. Top companies again, the Facebook, you can see that Meta. In Facebook only, we might have seen this at first. Overall, going in gaming industry, they can see the Epic Games, the Microsoft and Nvidia, and Roblox Corporation, which is using widely for its gaming work and network this metaverse. So components. So what could be the components? So the components, when I talk about the infrastructure, the human interface, the decentralization, and the spatial computing area, what I'm going to use, and exploring and experiencing the exact feature of metaverse. So these are all the key components what I have in my metaverse. So AI in signal processing with metaverse. So we have seen the communication part. Now the signal, even that communication also we have that signal processing here. So especially separately we are going to see the signal processing technology and how it is adopted in metaverse along with our AI. So generally, signals are this is a thermometer reading, how it goes gradually up and down. So biological data and measurements, behavior or attribute, like your sound, image, or whatever it is considered to be your signal. So time series and the machine logs, the locations data, everything is considered to be my signal of information, or which is originating in the physical world, which I am going to make it digitalized with the help of my metaverse. So signal data includes, so what all the data the signal could be, because people are thinking only the electronic and electrowave signals are alone signals. So many signals are there in our real world. Some of them I have listed here. You can see the sound, images, accelerometry, vibrations, even electrical signals, of course. Your RF radio frequencies and input from any sensors, because nowadays the world is running behind that IoT. So, what is IoT? Completely based on sensors. So, this sensor technology, it's going to give lot and lot of data to you, signals to you, informations, all these things to be get collected and processed with the help of metaverse. So, we can see the signal samples here. Sound of ocean waves which crashing into the rocks. I can generate those signals and I can monitor how long it happens, whether tsunami happens or not. For that, the signal propagation and measurement I can take. Again, the vibration of a bearing in an industrial machine. So I can check out the wear and tear happen, what is happening in the machines. And a cell tower collected by drone, images of a cell phone tower collected by the drone, and I'll be using it for my further investigation. So here I investigate the rust happened in the cell phone tower. The purple indicates the rusting part in the cell phone tower so that I can replace that part. So for many things, my signal data, image data, or the pattern of data has been taken. So don't think that signals alone, electrical and electronic signals alone are the signals in metaverse. You have lot and lot of signals which can be converted into real-time data, and those data can be useful for replacing or correcting or rectifying certain things in real world. So this is how the digital signal processing happens. As you all know, in real life, everything is analog in nature, which I'll be sending to a ADC, analog to digital converter, which converts that into a digital signal. Again, from digital to analog converter. So finally, I'll be getting my analog signal back, because the human understandable signal is analog only, not the digital. So signal processing. In signal processing, we have analysis, synthesis, and modification of signals. Nothing but to improve the signal transmission, we will be storing that efficiency and emphasis to detect the components or whatever be the signal formation. So whatever signal you collect, the previous one, as I told you, whatever be the signal, you have to analyze it, you have to synthesize it, and you have to modify the signals. Then only I can incorporate some sort of processing over there. Applications of your digital signal processing, as I told, speech and audio, which is very, very vastly used. Natural language processing, that is what happening in robots also. The natural language processing. Here you have that speech recognition and digital audio conversion and equalization features. When I go for image and video signals, you have that enhancement and compression. Compression algorithms in image, whatever algorithm. Right now we have JPEG. No, again, that is a compression algorithm. JPG image, nothing but joint picture expert group. These are all the compression algorithm. For video, you have motion picture expert group. That is, in short, we calling it as MP4. So these are all the compression algorithm. And CV, OpenCV, that is a computer vision, which is used to process the image and video based signal. Communication wise, as we saw about 5G to 6G conversion, those kind of communication can be done with my Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or even the telecommunication medium along with my digital television. Apart from this, we have some other signals like radar processing, sonar processing, and ECG analysis, X-ray analysis, EEG brain mappers. So many signals are there, and digital signal processing happens there. And how we are going to monitor that with the help of metaverse, let us see. So noise cancellation, this is happening even right now, but how it is going to happen with the help of my AI and metaverse. So we have to suppress the airport noise. Here we have to suppress the street noise. So how I'm going to go for noise cancellation. So this is the DSP concept, beamforming feature, where I'll be getting the data with the maximum correlation. So microphone, through that I'm getting the signal back. Here you can see the 360-degree, where I go for noise and reference features and focused beam pattern. So from there, I'll be focusing on the exact data or the information what I want through the beamforming, and I'll be collecting those data alone and suppressing the outer disturbances and noises. Here you can see the WaveNet feature. Input speech fragment is taken. From there, how it propagates and how it forms and how it is calculated using my deep learning technology. And I am taking the exact data I want. I will be incorporating my deep learning and machine learning algorithms here in order to go for speech recognition. So speech denoising WaveNet. Here you can see how it is going, and dilation part happens there, and I will be taking the estimated clean speech alone. The estimated clean speech alone comes here, and it reduces the noisy speech. So different approaches, your signal processing that understands the signal and principle, and deep learning which understands the high level intention and reframing the problem. So for doing my signal processing in metaverse, I have to go for deep learning, that is DL in short, and of course with the help of ML. You can see the deep learning features. So far we have seen here, you can see this kind of features I have told, application of DSP. This is possible and happening because of these algorithms. You can see here. See, image surpassing conventional CV. There is a image recognition, generation, and post processing, and of course, finally the compression. Without compression, I cannot transform the image through the internet. As I told, the compressions are your JPEG and MPEG. And in speech, you have MP3 features. Even though MP3 meant for motion picture, that MP3 version is meant for audio compression. That is why we are calling our audio files as MP3. I don't know how many of you know that. Even though it is motion picture expert group, my MP3 sound, which is meant for, that particular algorithm is meant for sound compression. That is my voice compression. So speech compression and recognition can happen with that of surpassing traditional and signal processing. And natural language processing, your text classification, sentiment analysis. Apart from that, you have the semantic analysis also. Sentiment and semantic, you all know, I think. Grammatic features. So in reality, how an AI tool is used to get an advanced machine learning technique, which is optimized in a complex signal recognition. This you can see here. The hardware is nothing but the watch. As many of us uses right now, how it actually extracts the data from our exercise, heartbeat, how it calculates. The blood sugar level also it is telling along with my BP. So here you have a machine called classifier and detector, which actually, that is the software actually, which interprets the signal from the sensor and tells the system what is happening in the real world. And my big data storage gets that app logic, and that converts the data into a human understandable rate, because these are all given as a analog data, which is understood as a digital data and again interpreted as a digital information, which I can see in the smartwatch. So this is how an intelligent system, general intelligent system goes. It is communicated and connected with experts and high processing computers like HPC along with the knowledge base. Of course, I have a sensors, because in real life scenarios, in order to collect the information, I need to go for IoT techniques with the sensors. With that, I can go for an autonomy and swarms. This is how an intelligent system gets connected, which might have explained in so many science fiction movies. Many movies you have seen right now. which will be explained clearly in movies also how it is happening. But the technology behind this is metaverse. Now only we are giving the term called metaverse. So far, it is a technology behind AI with AR and VR. So this is how the AI landscapes look. Your AI is the uppermost part, what you see. For this intelligence, for AI intelligence, I am making the computer intelligent by means of my machine learning and deep learning algorithms only. So the intelligence for the computer is given by my machine learning. That intelligence is used by AI in order to make a computer to think like a human and act like a human. So this is how, in order to know about that, we have to know how the machine learning gets used in my AI, where and all human can't go, and where and all I can take criterion based data, like it can be any information or past experience, heuristic data, which I can collect and I can use in those areas where the human cannot be communicated or connected. So those data I'll be collecting. So what is actually the machine learning? By Herbert Simon, learning is a process of system which improvises the performance and experience. So your ML goes with three main features, that is your performance P and your task and your experience. So I can define that entire task of machine learning into a PTE tag. So performance, the task and experience. The programming feature of machine learning itself goes in a very different way. This is how it goes. The traditional programming and the machine learning feature. In traditional programming, usually what we'll do, we'll give the computer about data and program. It will give us an output. Whereas in machine learning, your data and output itself given, whereas it is producing, it is generating some sort of program, some sort of technology based on the input and output data, what you are giving into the computer, it generates a program for me. That is the task of machine learning, whether it is supervised or unsupervised, reinforcement learning, whatever it is generating a pattern, it is calculating about it, and it is giving an idea about how to use it. So this is one example. Here, how many of you can recognize the number 2? Hardly. Many things looks like 2. But using machine learning, using pattern recognition, I have to recognize whatever thing which is similar to 2 and which doesn't look like 2. So I have to collect those images, patterns, and I have to recognize. See, the recognizing patterns available in your machine learning. You can see the recognizing patterns here. Facial identities, nothing but your facial expression, which is actually used in Avatar actually. Emotion capture technology. That is nothing but capturing the facial expression. That is why the Avatar character looked more realistic comparing to any other animated characters. Handwritten or spoken words. This is what I told. This is our handwritten and spoken words, how it is going to recognize those patterns, and medical transcription images, how it is going to identify those images also. Next thing is I have to generate a pattern. Recognizing the pattern is alone is not important. I have to generate a pattern and recognizing the anomalies associated with that. What are all the usual credits and unusual patterns, whatever you get from that. And then the prediction. Machine learning mainly relies on this prediction technology. How it gonna happen in future. If it is business means future stock prices and currency exchange rates. Especially people are running behind business. So that prediction has been given based on the business area of stock market. So whatever prediction based on the data I give, it will be predicting something. That is what the key feature of our machine learning feature, which is actually that experience, that learning environment is used in my AI also. Sample applications of your machine learning, always it is even can be said as a sample application for my artificial intelligence also. So just have an idea, what are all the applications running behind this core technology. So this is how the actual autonomous cars operation is happening. It actually introduced in 2011, Florida and California. In 2013, they legalized the autonomous cars. So these are all the technical and spare parts what we have in our autonomous car sensor. Stereo cameras are there, which will be running in 360 degrees along with the LiDAR. And obstacle reduction LiDAR is there in front of the car. And along with your GPS and INUs, that is internal navigation system, along with your global positioning system. And I'll be collecting the information wherever the autonomous vehicle is launched. And with the help of metaverse, this is just an autonomous car sensor with the help of machine learning. For this, in the initial slides, we saw how you can incorporate the security and tracking system also with the help of metaverse. So machine learning, automatic speech recognition, you can see here how the feature extraction happens and the neural network comes into there and how I am decoding and transferring that into a natural language model. This is what happening in my speech recognition. And deep learning, again, how I can get the word error rate and how I can reduce it. Everything is possible with the machine learning. So this is what inserted as an input into my artificial intelligence also for speech recognition. Now coming back to the signal processing landscape, here you can see how the signals are detected, estimated, classified, and then it is manipulated. So whenever I collect a piece of signal, these are all the 4 different aspects what I have to keep in my mind. So detection first. So natural language or man-made signal, whatever be the signal, I have to man-made signal means nothing but my virtual reality signal and communication. Unnatural means whatever speech vision I get. Then I have to go for the estimation. That is information about the abstraction, sensing and transfer, classification of those information. Then and finally, I have to convert that into dynamical adaptive filters I can adopt for that particular sequence estimation. And I can separate it by use of the manipulation. So here you can see how the analysis, simulation and experiment happens. So these are all the 4 jargons where I have to concentrate when I talk about signal processing. AI along with signal processing. The same feature only. In AI also nothing is new. You're going to detect, estimate, classify and manipulate. But in AI, what are all the technology you are using? As I told in machine learning, you have a linear versus non-linear feature. New functional classes can be used with help of AI. You can represent and manipulate a data-driven features with the help of artificial intelligence. And your performance analysis and statistical convenience and confidence improves when I go with my AI along with my signal processing capability, along with all sort of probability and novelty. So here one example goes, probability and novelty detection. And this is one fine example for signal processing you can take. Autonomous navigation, how it is using my neural network along with the detection environment, and robustness issues also solved. And I can control all sort of camera input and action. That is, when I take the camera input, I will be concentrating on the direction, velocity, and the action, what is happening in that camera. So all these things are collected back as signals and given as an input to the system. The second example, image manipulation. There we saw the camera input as direction and velocity. Here you can see the image manipulation by deep feature interpolation, that is my DFI, how an original picture can be shown as an younger one or as an older one. Nothing but linear interpolation happens there, which is a machine learning feature where I'll be manipulating my image with the linear interpolation. So where I'll be going for the feature extraction. Feature extraction, I think. So image reconstruction. Here what happens? Here I collect the feature through the linear interpolation and I'm going for the image reconstruction with the help of my machine learning. So optimization technique I'll apply there, and best map along with the image, I'll be going for the best map technique so that I can go for a new representation. And the total variation declaration can be given in order to get a smoothness over those images. So finally, for AI in the metaverse and digital future, as I can conclude it as a metaverse offers potential and various features in order to develop the virtual reality. Actually, when I talk about metaverse, I have to talk about the virtual reality and how to overcome this virtual reality difficulties. So AI in a fascinating way, how I can call it is helpful in order to go for a social interaction, education, and entertainment. Of course, the commerce business area. So we have still numerous infrastructures and technical obstacles to be addressed in metaverse. And as a conclusion, I can say these are all the 4 different medias where I can focus, 4 business areas where I can implement my metaverse. And metaverse will change the way the industries run. It can create a new job and offerings, and big improvements can happen. That is big improvements in the sense we can go for a remote collaboration in our metaverse. So finally, the digital future is running behind this metaverse. Nothing but a different location people. The team of experts can be communicated from different locations, can come together under one roof called metaverse space, and they can work and they can develop new products. They can develop their prototypes before they are going for exact manufacturing. So this is possible. This is not at all possible in the real world scenario, but this is very well possible in my metaverse. That is why it is called as a digital future. Thank you. With this, I conclude.
Wonderful, ma'am. The flow you have gone for 1.5 hours is really.
Thank you.
Audience, if you have any kind of questions, you can raise, please. Dear audience. Or you can drop your questions in the chat box.
So, sir, what are the limitations of metaverse?
That is the main limitation, what I told you, no, the numerous number of sensors. Without sensors, we cannot collect the real life data. So that is the advantage as well as the disadvantage what I have in metaverse. Second one is security. As we all know, even though to work in a cloud or in a distributed environment, wherever computing, fog computing, wherever we go, we got this security breach. No, the same security breach is there in my metaverse also.
Good afternoon, madam. This is Dr. Shravan.
Yeah, yes, sir.
How metaverse is used for vehicle tracking, madam?
Metaverse in vehicle tracking, so far the autonomous vehicle control system is happening there. When I incorporate this metaverse, I can go for, as I told you, no, your 6 feature is there, and you can go for global network connection. That is the aerial, terrestrial, marine network can be connected using my 6 features. Through that, I can incorporate more kind of tracking facility with this autonomous system, which is not possible by the GPS and INU what you are providing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Lavanya.
Yeah, tell me.
Is there any layers are needed to construct a metaverse?
What layers? You are asking
Any
about
layer
layers.
construction is, yes.
Yeah, if you go for layer construction, it works well with the layer construction also. If you doesn't want that, simply you can develop with the help of the sophisticated platforms, whatever available as a freeware in the internet, that you can use very well and you can develop your metaverse.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
This is Sailu.
Yeah.
How metaverse helps in the transition of 5G to 6G?
Yeah, that is what. In 5G, we have AI features. Here we have metaverse endorsed environment where it actually removes that AI feature, and it goes for an endowment environment where I can incorporate more secure, that is more bandwidth, etc., etc. I can easily simply remove this AI. This you can see in the slide itself. I showed you, no. This you can see here. I explained here also. Just have a look. Yeah, here you can see. It is going for an intelligent endogenous network rather than AI. So AI itself artificial intelligence, but it collects more data with the help of my AR, VR and XR technology and eliminates this AI and goes as a huge network medium with the sophisticated AI features. Along with the cloud computing is actually removed in 6G. Here I'm using the computing power network as a whole. Instead of calling it as cloud computing, I'm going for a power network over here. Okay.
Any other questions, participants?
The main use is that SAG-SIN. I repeat again. This SAG-SIN feature is very, very important. Space, air, and ground sea integrated network, which might be a new thing which you hear now under 6G, which is a new network technology, which actually goes for a global communication with your aerial, terrestrial, satellite, along with your marine network. That is possible with 6G with the help of metaverse only. Is that clear?
So good, ma'am. The way you have clarified questions and all is also so nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Madam Madhavi, over to you for your concluding remarks, ma'am. Madam Madhavi, coordinator. Yeah, please go with your concluding remarks.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank you.
your
Thank you.
valuable time and being a part of this FTB. Your
Yeah, thank
session
you.
has lot of information on metaverse, roles of AI in metaverse, core technologies in the metaverse, key principles,
Yeah.
5G to 6G transitions, vehicle
Yeah.
tracking and intelligent safety systems.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
If
so much
possible,
for.
we'll be meeting physically in the campus if possible nearby, in near future.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I am
Thank you for
also.
your concern. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also so thankful for your institution for giving me this opportunity, and I got a platform to share my ideas with your students and staffs. So, a very big thanks from my side also, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.